Petri, in your first season, the team was showing a more free and aggressive style, making it all about getting north on the ice and get into the game. Will the concept be the same to this year, or are you and Peter gonna turn it up a notch?
Well, I mean, I think that's to me that's modern day ice hockey. You fast, use your speed. I believe we have another fast skating team this year, like we had last year. So, sure, there will be some changes in the tactics and different things where we feel we need to do better, even better than last year. But basically, I think move the puck fast and be creative and giving the players allowed to, if they make a mistake, it's okay.
Talking about players, when you look for a player for your team, which skills are you looking for on the personal and athletic levels?
Well, I think in Herning we have a really good core of players who we were able to keep from last year. So we were hoping, and I think we succeeded, adding a little more maybe size on, especially on the defensive side, and then leadership in the dressing room with two or three North American guys. So have a little more power on that way, and I like I said, to me. Today, ice hockey is fast, so you need to be a good skater and thinking fast on the ice.
Now, practice games are sort of free, which free games you can use to test out the team and various players in. But do they have any meaning, looking at results, strengths, and weaknesses compared to the teams you're gonna face when the real season starts?
Well, of course they have. You always want to win every game, but unfortunately you can't. But we are looking at systems. We're building a system, and players. There are new. Half of the team is basically new, so they need to learn that. So that needs to be built in. Also, personalities, who plays well with somebody and who doesn't work as well. So it's more of those things than the result is important, and keep building up from one game to another.
Now, talking about past games is really not something you do because of the 2 hour rule. You can rejoice, or you can be bad tempered for 2 hours, but then you have to face the next game. Still, let's talk a bit about the practice game against Fredericktown, where you kind of got out of the game with a significant loss. How did you see that game?
Well, I mean, first of all, it was our first game, and we knew we were making mistakes, and it's different playing game and practice. Even we had a good 2 weeks of practicing and so on. So I saw a lot of personal mistakes and running around and uncorrected situations, but that's okay. I still felt that we worked okay as a team, and we probably did, or we did take way too many penalties and so on, but still we find a way to be tied in a away game after 50 minutes. But then again, maybe the conditioning and getting a little ahead of ourselves, we made some uncharacteristic mistakes which we haven't made in the past last year. So then gave up 3 easy goals and gave the win away. So those are the things we're going to try to improve tomorrow, and go from there.
Talking about tomorrow, Friday night will be the first home game away from home, sort of, against Norwegian Lillehammer. The approach from you and Peter to the players and of course to all of the fans for that game, how does that sound?
Well, I mean, like I said, we building up from game one to game two. We talked about the mistakes we made, and we tried to correct them. And I think that we're not really focusing on Lillehammer and what kind of team they have. We changed the lineup, which we will probably do most of the games. see how different players react and how they find themselves. It's also a good thing for us to learn a little bit about the Silkeborg rink because we're going to play there also the tournament games. So I think there are, and that way there are many elements that are going to be new to us and a learning process. But like I said, I don't really focus on the result. Of course, we want to win, and we're going to do our best to win, but more or less just learning new things and the system.
Well, we got a hockey arena in renovation process right now. You guys got delayed access to ice. You got a temporary home rink in Silkeborg. Will that be of importance or matter for the strength of Herning Blue Fox this year?
Well, I mean, like you said, all those things are going to happen and nothing we can do about it. And we're very happy to have the new rink and new facilities. And when it's going to be ready, it's going to be fantastic. Let's see, we haven't really talked about it. We're not going to use that as an excuse. We know that's the situation, and we're going to deal with it. And hopefully, I mean, yeah, we play quite a few games away before and only few at home, but that's just part of the game and situation, and we will try to do our best.
Looking at the date, we are standing at the starting line for your season 2 as coach for Herning Blue Fox. I'm wondering if the vision you went into last season with, has that met your expectations?
If you're asking what happened last year, and yes, I mean, I knew I was coming to a club that I have been lucky enough to be part of very many years, and I had a very high hopes and expectations on it, and they all were met. I mean, it's a fantastic group of people all over the Blue Fox and also in Hoiko. So it was great. I mean, I got so much support and was really enjoying being back and coaching and so on. And of course, I mean, if we look it back, I mean, I think most of the teams in the world, if they have a season like we had, will be very, very happy. And we were happy but not satisfied. We want to take 2 more wins this season and bring the cup back to Herning.
Final question is kind of on behalf of the supporters, because many of them hope that you'll be able to bring back the golden ages where you were active, wearing skates and all on the ice, that you'll be able to help bring those times back. How do you see the options for that happening?
Well, I think the league is a little different in these days. I mean, but then again, I mean, if you look at last year and how many games we won and how many points a lot of the players had and how many goals we scored, I mean, it's I think as a club and fans, we should be quite happy about it. And of course, we want to do it even better, but I mean, it's still exciting games, and I think the fans were able to be proud of their team most of the night last year.